Let's talk Black Ink. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off, where Caesar said that the shop was closed. So I don't think they really believed that the shop was going to be closed. So everybody shows up to work, and of course the shop is locked up. Ted's outside, which is odd, and there's a for rent sign on the door. So everybody's showing up. Walt, Young Bay, Sky. They like, what's going on? Oh, he was really serious. So Teddy was like, oh, well, I don't really care because I got the keys to 125th. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to go this way, which I guess is the way to the other shop. So he leaves. Sky is pissed. She like, we supposed to be a team. How you just gonna leave us? Like, we should be trying to figure this out together. So that was like the start of a little situation that we'll pick up later. So Young Bay said, I think we should get Ceasar a puppy. Does he like puppies? Because then maybe he'll open up the shop. So they decide to do a Friendsgiving, and Sky has an apartment. They're at an apartment of somebody that Sky knows. So they're cooking food and everything. And everybody is making different stuff. Melody comes with her new little baby, and she's like, I'm bringing my baby so Ceasar can see my baby. And no, I got mouths to feed, which I'm like, I feel you, girl. So everybody's there. And, they're like, if we can show him that we can get along, make this food, we all get along, then maybe he'll open the shop up. So Teddy was like, well, I don't think this is going to be enough. We need to show Cease that we can make money. So he's like, there's this tattoo show in Puerto Rico. It's like the biggest tattoo show in the world or whatever. It's like a trade show, I guess. And he's like, I think we should go. So he was like, I already filled out the paperwork and everything, so I just need to get the okay from Ceasar. So they like, cool. Melody's like, that show is very hard to get into. So right there, we know it's probably some mess. So they like, oh, okay, that's good. So Sky was like, Teddy, why did you leave us? Like, we always feeling some type of way about the comment that you made regarding, I got the keys at 125th or whatever. Like, you better than us. So them two start going at it. So they arguing. What happens? Of course, that's when Ceasar walks through the door, and he's like, this is exactly why the shop is closed. So they stop arguing. And they like, oh, we cooking this food or whatever to show you that we can work good together. And then Ted tells him about the tattoo thing or whatever in Puerto Rico. And so he was like, let me think about it because I can invite Tattoo Baby. So he says, okay, well, we can go. This is going to be y'all's test. If y'all can go there and get along and it works out, then we can open the shop. He was like, but as of right now, the shop is still closed. So that's where we ended. The next episode is going to be them in Puerto Rico. Meanwhile, Duchess decides that she's going to go back to New York to get her stuff. Now, the part that I don't understand, well, I guess what happened, because when the last episode, she was missing Ceasar, and she felt like she rushed to judgment. Now, wouldn't you have called him and said that, or texted him and said that, I felt like I rushed to judgment, I apologize, da-da-da. But no, she didn't do that. I don't know if it was pictures online, I don't know. But I guess she found out that he was with Tattoo Baby in Miami, and she like, oh, it's been a month and you've already moved on. But some people, it's not that they've moved on. Some people use other people to get over certain situations so they don't have to deal with it. So maybe that's what it was. More so of a distraction than, an actual real situation. Plus it's a man, and men don't care, period. So she decides she's going to New York to get her stuff. So she's with a friend, I think. I don't know if it's her sister. I think it's a friend. So she's like, okay, Caesar's at his shop. We need to get in the apartment, get my stuff, and leave before he gets there. Now, to me, that's stupid. Y'all lived together. There's no reason that you should have to come like a thief in the night to get your stuff. If it's over, it's over. Why couldn't you just contact him and be like, look, I'm going to be in town, XYZ, can I get my stuff? I mean, I'm sure he don't care about your stuff. Like, it would have been no problem. I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to be there anyway, and you would have had ample of time. So this chick goes, and she has containers telling her friends, just get the majority of my stuff, get my clothes or whatever. So she decides, okay, well, even though that whole situation was fake, I still feel like it's something going on. So she goes on his computer and pulls up screenshots. And she finds within these screenshots pictures of people's stuff. Now, I don't know why I guess he had iCloud, so everything that was on his phone was going to his computer. But my thing is, if that's the case, why would you just now be looking? Like, I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. So she's looking at these pictures like, oh, you was nasty, you was nasty. Number one, pictures, people look at pornography, people look at porn. What does the picture have to do? Picture is not an action. It's the actions that you should be upset with, not nobody looking at something or somebody sending them something or whatever. So she sees one message that says something like, when you gonna come through, da-da-da. She was like, oh, this one, my shop was opening. Fool, we all seen the dang on episode when your shop was opening. He was right there with you. So how would he be doing something? Like, can't nobody be in two places at one time. So she takes his computer. So meanwhile, Ceasar is coming home to change his clothes because he left the shop. A friend called. He was supposed to be going out. So he gets there. He like, my apartment is crazy. Like, Duchess done been here. Like, he like this big. Like, it's real. Between the two of them, for being together for 5 years, I mean, it's real bitter between them. Like, it wasn't just what we saw. Like, they had to have something. Like, it couldn't have been just she left. And that's it. Because if she left, and as overdramatic as she was, like, you would think he was hurt that one day that they had the Halloween party, but now it's like he can't stand her. And I'm like, is it just because she went to the homecoming or whatever? Like, you shouldn't be that angry. Like, I don't understand. It has to be some other stuff to this. So he calls Teddy and was like, oh, she came and she took my computer, but my computer has my tax information, everything for my business on it. So he calls Duchess or texts Duchess, and he like, I need my computer back. So she took the computer when she left because she was like, I need to hurry up and leave before he gets here. So she wanted to look again. So I guess she drives back to North Carolina because next time we see the computer, her mother is like, I want to see the stuff. So when she's showing her mother, she gets mad and she starts banging she tears the computer up. I mean, it's, to me, for somebody who's supposed to be a boss and got a master's, so educated, like, that was so petty and so dumb. So she calls him or texts him and is like, oh, I seen the screenshots of all the pictures of the puss and, and all this, and I knew it was something going on, da-da-da. Girl, what is that? Who would be dumb enough to keep something on their computer if they was really doing something? That's stupid. So he's telling Teddy, and Teddy was like, oh, them is the pictures that I sent you. Like, tell her they was mad. He was like, ever since we've been kids, anytime I get a picture, I always send it to you. And I'm like, exactly, that's the stuff guys do, because why would he save screenshots? It wasn't that she found text messages, because in order for her to find text messages, she would have to go through his phone carrier and get a transcript. She would not be able to go on iCloud and pull up his text messages. What she pulled up was pictures, and they were screenshots. So 9 times out of 10, if you got screenshots on your phone, it's because somebody sent it to you. Like, you wouldn't save screenshots. Even if somebody sent you an image, you can tap and save. Everybody got iPhones. You can tap the image and save the image by itself. You don't have to save the conversation. So you wouldn't do that? I mean, and then the picture would be I mean, the picture is this big when you save it on the screenshot. So it's like he wasn't even really trying to see all that. Like, you could tell that makes sense, that it would have been screenshots that Teddy was sending him saying, look, look at this that I got or whatever. Like, look at the conversation. So once again, rush to judgment, overreacting. Like, she gets on my nerves, and I'm glad they're not together and she is not going to be on there. So that was this episode in a nutshell, and that's my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you later.